Hey there, Capricorn. This is David with Tarot and Astrology for All, and I am bringing you your lunar reading for this lunar cycle. Do keep in mind that this is not date specific either, so it could pertain to this lunar cycle, any lunar cycle that you may be experiencing these kinds of problems. Now, sometimes it might be good to go back to a previous video because it just so happens that maybe what you're dealing with there is also what you're dealing with now. Of course, that's for those that don't learn the lesson the first time. And as earth signs, sometimes we tend not to learn the lessons the first time, especially when Saturn's going direct. But now that Saturn's going direct, it's going to be necessary to see what's going on with the sign of Capricorn for this lunar cycle to see, oh wow, look at that. So we had two cards fall out, both of them water, both of them dealing with relationships. And when I was taking out the animal spirit cards, they ended up nudging these two stones right here. One, which is euconite. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly, but it's got all sorts of these cool little colors. Let me go ahead and put it in front. Yeah, there you go. And then tiger's eye. So, uh, when I was so before I started drawing, looking at euconite, it embodies strong, harmonious relationships, promotes patience, and promotes persistence. And patience and persistence is something that us Capricorns are known for. And also, tiger's eye. So, tiger's eye promotes balance. It helps you with stealthily moving your way around various different obstacles, as well as personal vitality and also strength of will, which is something that us Capricorns carry. So with these rocks getting nudged over just a little bit, I feel like this is something that deals with relationships. Of course, this sits in the realm of the emotions, so this is definitely something that we may be dealing with. Now, um, hmm, I feel that since these two fell out at the same time, right? You got the oyster and the starfish. I feel that this is you, Capricorn. I feel that this is you. But I've never done this before, and I this is probably something that I won't do very often. However, I do feel the need to do it this time, so we will do it. I'm gonna just draw two more cards for your partner here. Ooh, okay, so stingray. All right, so with these with the starfish and the oyster, I feel like there might be something that you're protecting yourself against. Both these creatures have hard shells, and one of them, I feel like the starfish is about um, seeing the overall pattern in your life, but I do feel it's almost um, like creativity in a way, some kind of emotional creativity. The oyster, I've never drew the oyster for anybody, so I'm definitely gonna have to look at the book for that one. Now, on the other side, I see the the stingray. Now, the stingray it could be having to develop confidence. Oh, and the fox. Okay, so on the other side, your partner, your significant other, whoever it is that you're dealing with, in some kind of relationship somewhere, they're dealing with some kind of ascension, and when it comes to the stingray, it's about building that confidence. But with the fox, I see that whoever it is that you're dealing with, they're looking at something. It's about creativity, and it could be that this person can have the ability to provide this creativity to you. So if there's anybody in your life that is pretty creative, then listen up, Capricorn. But let's go into the book now to see what the book says about these creatures, and we'll get a little bit more on the dynamic that's going on here. So, mm, okay. So with the oyster, is patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. Well, I guess I didn't need to say anything on that one because we were already talking about relationships as well as patience and persistence, right? So anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they can achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. So this could be a call for you to release these gifts, Capricorn. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitating to share? The world is waiting to see. So when to bring us into balance, like I said, share something. This is actually pretty cool. Um, because when you have it in balance, you'll feel blessed, you'll feel generous, and you'll actually be masterful at whatever it is that you do. Now, when it's out of balance, you'll be reluctant, you'll be gripping, and literally clamming up. So that's that's the oyster. We move on to the starfish, and the starfish is about it's beautiful, it's alluring, superficial, or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with the starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is, these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. Wow. I don't know why, but that one resonated with me. Very, very well with me. Um, as as a Capricorn myself, we tend to not really, in a sense, like be reliant on like our skills and talents, but and at the same time, we might not look at ourselves as beautiful. And of course, that usually comes from other people, other people's comments, other people's interjections, etc. Now, the, when this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? Now, ask yourself, Capricorn, if you're pleasing somebody because they actually have value to you, or are you pleasing them because you feel some type of obligation to them? I know I had a situation like that, and of course, um, for me, it was necessary to remove myself from those people for the time being to gain a more positive crowd. Now, to bring it into balance, is positive friends. When it's in balance, it's uplifting, artistic, and expressive. And when it's out of balance, you'll gossip and you'll feel empty, like you're not following your purpose. And I do feel like whoever it is that this stingray person is that's next to you, they're mesmerized by this starfish energy, and in turn, this starfish energy, in a sense, is helping them to expand, to grow. And this oyster energy that you're carrying, it's patient and it has this treasure. I bet the stingray person knows that you have treasure within you, or you have some hidden treasure within you, and it wants it. It's looking at it. Look at it's looking at it. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the stingray and the fox, and we're gonna see what exactly it's trying to tell us here. What this dynamic is between you and this relationship that you're dealing with. So the stingray is developing confidence, a sense of self, or a spine. The stingray card represents a pivotal point in personal growth. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, the easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Ooh, okay. So, in reading this, I kind of tapped the obsidian rock that I have. So I want to go into this snowflake obsidian, this very grounding, protective stone, cleanser of negative energies as well as one's own emotions such as anger, jealousy, and greed. So, in a sense, I feel like maybe you guys are in need of a protective stone, specifically your partner. But for those of you, or for those of you who are dealing with partners who haven't made the change yet, be patient, be persistent. This whoever it is that you're dealing with, they're lacking confidence. Now, I do have the feeling that a lot of you other Capricorns out there who are in relationships have your significant other who's already making strides, but who's also looking towards the future, right? Because this is a focus that's unbreakable. Now, when you're dealing with the energy of the stingray, uh, it deals with pressure from family and friends, and it can make decisions even more complicated. So, if your stingray person is not deciding on things just yet, be patient because they're still growing their confidence, and it could be that pressure from family and friends, and possibly even from you, Capricorn. Don't lie, Capricorn. Don't lie. You try to push your partner to be the best that they can be, but at the same time, you got to realize that they will push themselves when they want, and you just have to let them. At the same time, if you're pushing them, that makes their decision even more complicated, and that makes them force into a decision that they don't want to be forced into. So, no matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that the dilemma will surface again and again as the force of Dharma growing within the stingray is too strong to ignore. So, to bring it into balance, move through the discomfort, or at least let your partner know that whatever discomfort they're sharing or that they're feeling, that they need to move through it, and that you're there to support them. And because when this energy is in balance, it's eager and it wants to grow. And when something wants to grow, there's nothing stopping It'll have focus like none other. So let's move on over to the fox now, which is earth energy. Okay, so with the fox, it's smart, it's a strong partner or a mate, and a wise teacher. So with this, I do feel like maybe you've been getting some advice from your stingray person. Now, whether you take that advice or not, that's all up to you. But I do feel that for all of you Capricorns who are dealing with somebody in a relationship, this is a strong partner or a mate. And this is a mate who's strong, who also has the ability to teach others. And this is an enchanting creature. So okay, so we're dealing with two enchanting creatures here. We're dealing with you, the starfish, and then your partner, the fox. So this is actually very, very interesting. All right. So the fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business and also make great teachers. They are quick to learn and adapt to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to relationships for the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. Fox energy helps us to stay true to those most dear to us. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. So reconnect to the people you love, and especially your significant other, because your significant other is going through a big change. It's going through, if they haven't already, and this big change, it's on a grand scale. The change is going to instill more confidence in them, and this is something that you Capricorns like. So doesn't matter what sign you're dealing with. I do believe that they're going through some kind of ascension process, or they have already, and they're still trying to get used to it. Now, when this card appears, it says reconnect to those you love, and foxes don't do well when they slip away. So to bring this into balance, it's a partnership and a connection. So when I had the Euconite, right, rock hit over, and then I also had the Tiger's Eye hit over. It wasn't a coincidence. This is definitely something dealing with the relationship, and it's definitely something dealing with some kind of. I mean, it could be power struggles. It could be a little bit bickering here and there. But I think for most of you guys, this has to do with instilling confidence into your partner. So to bring this into balance is the partnership, the connection. Involve yourself, and try to put yourself into this relationship as much as you can in terms of like providing this support to them, emotional support, romantic support, physical support, spiritual support, right? Because when you balance this energy, it's magical, ingenious, and it's an ingenious teacher, and of course it could be monogamous. So with this monogamy, you guys might be dealing with a Libra because Libras tend to be traditional, much like Capricorns are, but doesn't necessarily have to be. Could be that you're dealing with an Earth sign, either a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo, also. But when this energy is out of balance, it's sneaky and it's unsure of its identity, which is why the stingray popped up for your partner. Now, I do feel that in some way there's a necessary need for you to connect to this relationship. But with that being said, we now move on to the fairies. The Brian Ford fairies, right? All right. Let's see. Let's see what Capricorn is dealing with this lunar cycle and any other lunar cycles which this may coincide with. I say coincide, but really there are no coincidences, guys. Anything that happens in life, it's it's necessary. It's necessary. It's predetermined to a certain point, and it's something we got to deal with. Change is the only constant, my friend. And as much as Capricorn might hate to hear it, get used to it. Oh, look at that! You guys got the Lao Mei. So this is about unconditional giving and receiving. And of course, when you deal with three, this is the unconditional love that you receive from Source. And when it deals with three, this is about growth and expansion. The universe is trying to bring you both into. Oh no. Oh, I got goosebumps. So the universe is trying to bring you both into alignment so that both of you can give and receive love unconditionally. Now, I will go into the book to read all of these real quickly, um, but I already have the feeling that this is hinging upon some of the same things again. Um, but this is telling you the emotion. Oh, look at Solus. So it deals with four, and I definitely see this as dealing with something in your home or within your home vicinity, the domestic realm, a partnership dealing with the domestic realm. This could be a love relationship. This could be a friendship, but this is something close. It's either seventh house related, fourth house related, or um, intimate. But Solus, it's about opening the solar plexus. It's about opening that connection between where you're at and higher energy, divinity itself. And I do feel like this is the kind of creativity that you've been looking for. But you have to be patient, Capricorn. Now, let me see. Fawn. So this card goes to 8. So we got 3, 4, and 8. All right, but I'm gonna have to definitely go into the book to read these ones. So I'm gonna go to Laume real quick just to reiterate. The Laume is about balance. Wait, no, wrong one. About unconditional giving and unconditional receiving, and this definitely has to do with unconditionally giving your love. And as I was saying before, it's a necessary need to express. Now, this since it's dealing with relationships, automatically it has to do with love. But it's not necessarily like an intimate love, right? This could be a friendship love. This could be a home love. But this definitely deals with love in a sense and an unconditional giving and receiving of love. So if you're stuck or blocked in a situation and the Lao Mei turns up in the reading, you probably need to stop focusing on what you are trying to accomplish and simply give to others freely and generously and unconditionally. Now, right here in the book, it says to try a few random acts of kindness, unconditionally given, of course. Go do some volunteer work somewhere, mow your elderly neighborhood's lawn, or take some homemade soup or some flowers from your garden to someone you know who is ill. Give some help to a coworker just because they need it. Give to a needy stranger, whether or not you think he deserves it. And it's actually very interesting that this card comes up for us Capricorns because earlier today we had a situation where somebody came and asked for 75 cents. Now, not really thinking about it, I reached for the 75 cents and gave it to him, and we just continued on our merry way. Now, I've learned from previous experience that when you can give and receive, or when you can give unconditionally like that, the universe will bring it back to you. But it's your choice if you want to receive that as well. The universe is going to give it unconditionally just as you've given it. So, there's not much more to be said there. We move on to Solus now. And with Solus, it's talking about knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, and spiritual empowerment. Now, this is spiritual empowerment on your part because this is under you and it's under the starfish and the oysters. So I feel like whatever it is that you guys are holding on to, and I do believe that it has to do something with this starfish energy. Let me see. Let me go to starfish real quick. Oh, the starfish is over here. All right. So with the starfish, and of course, Solus is knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, and spiritual empowerment. Now, when it comes to spiritual empowerment, if you don't have the right crowd around you, they're not going to get it. They're not going to absorb it. So it's necessary to bring yourself into alignment with more powerful friends, more conscious friends who are willing to communicate with you on a spiritual level. But Solus is radiant, energizing, and vitalizing. This presence in a reading often indicates that something new is being brought into being into our lives, partly through our own efforts and partly through the help we are receiving from other realms. Miracles may take place. Movement into the light is occurring. This is a time for taking action, passing on our blessings and learning, and for service given from a position of strength. So don't be surprised if you guys start getting into more powerful states of being, not just on the spiritual level, but also on the mental level and also on the financial level or the earthly material level. And it, it could be that Capricorn, you're walking through uh, a dark time. Maybe you're walking through times where it felt like they were never going to end. You're probably asking yourself, why was I put through all this suffering? Why was I put through all this pain? But it's necessary to build that persistence. But as the oyster says, we've clammed up for too long, and it's necessary to release. I feel that some of you guys have released already, and you guys are operating on a more conscious level. For those of you who resonate with this, you guys may be tarot readers. You guys may be some other kind of divinator, or maybe just somebody who can instill and inspire passion into others. And we're going to go now to the fawn. Okay, so the fawn, it's about understanding the nature of nature, natural wisdom, and natural magic. So this here is telling me that you have the ability to provide the magic for not just yourself, but also your stingray person, because this card's right here in the middle. It's right in the middle between the oyster and the stingray. And of course, when it comes to the nature of the fawn or the magic of the fawn, its natural magic is happening when things flow almost effortlessly. And this is a sign that natural magic is at work. Enjoy it. A very important part of natural magic is simply allowing the energy to flow through us. As I said, are you willing to let this unconditional love and energy flow through you, or are you going to close yourself off? It's up to you, Capricorn. At the same time, this means that both giving and receiving freely. Wow. So essentially, we're we're just repeating ourselves now with the fawn and the laume showing up, and then of course with the starfish and the stingray and Solus. So I want to just draw two more cards. Just so this is your partner is definitely going through some kind of transformation with the appearance of the singer of transfiguration. So this is a transfer. This is a big transformation. Wow. Oh, I got goosebumps. So your partner actually your partner sees this. I don't think your partner's I don't think your partner is numb to the fact that there's a transformation going on. Now this also adds up to two, a one and a one. So there's a necessary there's a necessary need for balance throughout this transformation. And I believe that you're here to provide that balance to to your significant other, to this friend or family member who's going through this transformation. Now, I don't have any sign come into my head just yet. However, I do know that with all of these cards coming out, there's definitely a major transformation going on. Iris of the rainbow. All right. That adds up to five. There's changes going on. But let's see. Let's see what pops up. And then you got Mick the neck, Mick the Myomancer at the bottom. So we're definitely gonna read these two right here. 32. Okay, so Iris of the rainbows is hope. It's promise for the future. So this is telling me that your partner has hope. For whatever reason, whatever you've been doing, Capricorn, you've instilled hope into your partner. Now this is very good. This helps me to know that both of you are on the right track. If any of you guys had any like qualms, any feeling like things weren't going the right way, cut that out because things definitely are going the right way. And with Iris of the Rainbows, it's about hope and a promise for the future. So there's definitely a seeing. Your partner is definitely seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. And maybe they've actually busted through the tunnel, like they've straight gone through the tunnel, and now they're on the other side in the light. If not, you guys will be entering this soon enough. So let's see. We're gonna go to the Rider Tarot. I don't think I need to draw any of these cards, but I think I will just at least one line just to clarify this because I think this is pretty clear, Capricorn. You've been holding on to some kind of treasure, some kind of spiritual knowledge, and little by little you may have been letting it out, but now it's time to fully release it, Capricorn. Because now is a time when your partner is going through this amazing transformation and you have to be there for them. You may have suffered enough or enough to the point where you through determination and through some kind of fighting spirit have come to your senses, so to speak, and have come into some type of spiritual empowerment. And this, by default, has passed on to your stingray partner. Go ahead and draw some cards. All right, so yeah, definitely. This is okay. So with the two of cups in the reverse, the reason why there's necessary giving or there's a necessary need for unconditional giving and unconditional receiving is because maybe to one degree, either you or the other person has been giving and not receiving enough, or um, it could be that they're trying to give and you're not receiving it. Now, for us Capricorns, we don't like to ask for help. Actually, Earth signs don't really like to ask for help in general. But specifically, ooh. So, yeah, definitely look at. You guys got the Page of Wands falling out for Solus. Now, this, whatever knowledge you guys have come into, it's placed so much ambition in you. It's placed so much of an energy of vitality that boom, you've done got up, you're looking towards the future. Yeah, he's in the desert, but he's walking through it. He's very, very hopeful of the future. He's looking at it. He's got that fire burning with him. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at this is that fire that I'm telling you about. This soulless fire, this knowledge, this consciousness, it's got you moving now. It's got you moving. And it all right, let's see. What else you got to show us, Source? This is definitely going to be one of the shortest readings that I do. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, when it comes to giving and receiving, there's a decision. You got to decide. Do you want it or do you not want it? If you don't want it, it can cause some problems. But this whatever it is that's being given to you, it's one of those things that's supposed to help this relationship here. And when it comes to the fawn, you got to be willing. I mean, the decision here is simple. accept it. But I'm pretty sure that the advice cards that I draw are going to say somewhat of the same thing, or maybe they may say something different. Okay. So with this transformation and then the appearance of the Page of Pentacles, this in a sense tells me that your partner is very very well aware of these changes that are going on, and they're acting now. They're accepting it. They're grabbing this opportunity with both hands. And ooh, I just got goosebumps again. This is your partner is looking forward to this transformation, this transfiguration that's going on with them. They've been wanting it. Doesn't matter who you're dealing with, whether it's a water sign, earth sign, air sign, fire sign. They've been wanting this change for a while. And I feel that to whatever extent, they're grabbing it with both hands now. And they're knowledgeable, because look at it's a yellow background, so it deals with knowledge. And all these other cards, the two, the Page of Wands, the Two of Cups, they both have um they both have blue background. I mean, all three of them have blue backgrounds, and this is indicative of wisdom. You have wisdom. They have knowledge. This knowledge for them is going to turn into wisdom, and wisdom that they can apply on very many different levels. All right, what's the last? Okay, so yeah, they're fully aware of their thoughts. They're fully aware of their faculties. They have no doubt that this transformation is taking place for them, and they're ready. They're ready. Like, um, I feel that they're ready for this change because they've probably been waiting. Okay, they're ready for this change because they've been looking back on various different memories, right? They've been looking back on different memories of, maybe times when they were unhappy, um, maybe times when they were betrayed, and they're looking for that happier future. And at the same time, it's necessary to note that uh, Capricorn, that when you're moving around within this relationship, it's not it's not that you have to sneak away with various different things. It's just you have to be tactical with how you go about things. And yeah. See, the world is ending. I mean, the world is ending. Your old world is ending, and a new one is starting. A new beginning is a very very fitting thing for you, Capricorn. Blue. So okay, this is very very clear. There's a necessary need for unconditional giving and receiving, Capricorn. And on the other side, it's necessary because your partner's going through a transformation, and they're accepting this transformation with both hands. They're looking at it very very intelligently, and they're going about it in an intelligent way. But like it says, the fox doesn't do good when it slips out by its own, and I believe the fox knows this. Especially through this transformation, they're going to need your help. They're going to need your support. And of course, with all of this, it's necessary because there's things building. With the Two of Cups, there might be a little bit of trouble within the relationship, but I don't see anything here that indicates anything bad. Um, I might say that with the Two of Cups in the reverse, and with the Seven of Swords, there could be a possibility for cheating, or maybe even like discussions, like what could possibly happen, or what one would do. Because when we deal with the swords, we deal with thoughts. We deal with different thoughts, and the Seven of Swords. Each of these swords is a thought. He's carrying two of them, but there's two on the ground. So I mean, to me, this feels more like this is more like thought, not really anything specific. So I want to go ahead and draw some cards now, and I want to draw specifically for you. So I'll go ahead and put these two. No, you know what? I'll draw for both you and your partner. All right, so we put these. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna look at Mike the Necromancer real quick. It's number 42. And when we see Mike the Necromancer, it's about the small clues, the details, and the messages everywhere, and also patience. So once again, one more card to add to patience. But it's the attention to details that's important at this time. Be tactical about this, Capricorn. If there's any little things that are off, make sure you address them. Little things are not only important in themselves, but they also give you important information about the larger things. Look for the inner hidden meaning in ordinary objects, happening, and experiences. Life is trying to teach you something by speaking to you gently. With luck and application, you will get the message before it has to speak to you more loudly. So this is definitely um, teaching. This is definitely telling you a little bit about the catch the message on the first time and not on the second time, because source is trying to source is trying to teach you something. All right, so I'm just gonna draw two cards, one on each side, and I want to see what kind of energy you guys are going to be moving into. Let's see, what kind of energy is Capricorn going to? Oh, well, how about that? You got the black egg, and your partner has the butterfly. Your partner is consider your partner in a cocoon stage, or possibly even the worm stage right now. Oh, look at that! A moon card came out. Or okay, so all right. With the black egg, there's something inside of it. It's about creativity, right? It's the same creativity that you can gain from the starfish, and I believe that's what this hidden treasure is, right? You're holding on to something. You're holding on to something precious. It's creative, and at the same time, this black egg is it's something that's building. You know, there's a need to care and nurture it, and once you express yourself, there's a need to care and nurture for that too. All right, let's go to the black egg. The black egg is speaking from an authentic voice and the truth. It just repeats itself. But this is the advice: speak your truth, speak from an authentic place. And the black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusions, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. The living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true, and when this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to the activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. A lot of you guys may be doing a lot of speaking or a lot of communicating. And if you are a Capricorn with the Cancer rising, you have Mars in your third house, so there's definitely plenty of communication going on, and has been going on for at least 2 months. At least. I mean, at the very most 2 months. I mean, so sounds draws in, books draws in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself, and what is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We place things others want to hear, or we say things others want to hear, gossip or repeat stories. Wow, another gossip card. So make sure you're not gossiping, Capricorn. It could come back to bite you in the ass. Um, when the energy of the black egg is okay, to justify our subpar behavior. Um, we might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It is the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. Now, I wanted to show you this picture because, in a sense, I feel like this could be the center of you, and this is a universe, right? The various different dimensions that it exists in. Now, the black egg is also is connected to the fifth chakra. And the fifth chakra is known as the chakra of communication, which is the throat chakra. And it's also about, I mean, it's not only about speaking your truth, but um, it's also speaking about like the epicenter that's important for writers and, you know, storytellers and public speakers, etc., etc. Now let's go to the butterfly. All right, undergoing great change and transformation. So yeah, this is definitely a change and transformation of your butterfly. I mean, of your stingray person. And the energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships. Once again, so this whole lunar cycle is about relationships, and this is necessary because I believe once you move into the next lunar cycle, this relationship dynamic is going to be very, very important. Or if you love your job, perhaps your career. So some of you Capricorns could be dealing with uh, some type of partner who is going into business or is thinking about going into business, probably planning. They're going through this significant change, so they need to go through this change first before they can try to decide what's going on with their business. Now, since the butterfly is the alchemical symbol for air, I do believe that you guys are dealing with an air type person, I mean, an air type sign, or you guys are dealing with somebody who's encompassing air type qualities. It says, since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Wow. Committing to one daily routine, a meal, practice, or prayer done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. So it's suggested that your partner enter some kind of daily routine, and this will allow them to bring their mind or their space into a more calm, a more cheerful, and a more graceful way of living. And because the butterfly is something that's beautiful, and also it's something that also deals with moving through discomfort. I feel that your partner is going to be moving through some kind of discomfort this month, as things go through Libra, and this makes this this makes me even more sure that there's a possibility that you Capricorns are dealing with the Libra, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But because they had the King of Swords on their side, and the King of Swords is an air type, signifying either Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, the butterfly coming out, I do believe that you are dealing with Libra on some kind of level. And for those of you who aren't dealing with Libra, please check their sign. It might, check their natal chart. Uh, it might actually have some type of like Libra type energy to it. And of course, throughout this month, the planets are going through Libra, so there's even more Libra influence. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle these. I'm at 43 minutes. I gotta end this quickly because I still got 8 other ones to do. The slow. All right. So let's draw 3 more or 2 more. The bodacious Bodak. All right. All right. Let's see. What's the advice? Not exactly sure how to pronounce that one. Look at Solus at the bottom. So this is telling me express, shine your light. You have knowledge. You have some kind of connection to source, Capricorn, and it's necessary for you to release this. Release this. Help people. Help people. All right. So with you. the slow. It's the cycles of time. Slowness, waiting, patience. So once again, this is definitely about patience, Capricorn. Be patient with your partner. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with things that are going on in life. Be patient with things that are not moving according to how you plan. Everything's gonna work out. See, when we deal with you, it says to slow down, sit back in your chair, and think a little. Why are you going so fast? There's no need to hurry. No need to hurry. I've learned that. I'm an earth sign. It takes us forever to learn lessons, but I've learned it. So if I can learn a Capricorn, you can learn it too. What do you hope to gain from it? Are you metaphorically trying to push the river? What kind of stress is being created in your life by hurrying? The presence of Gyu in a reading or Gyu in a reading indicates that the situation or issue is part of a long process that cannot be hurried. It is important to settle in for the long haul and to set a pace that you can maintain for as long as you need, while maintaining relaxed or while remaining relaxed and patient. If you are short on patience, try cultivating your acquaintance with the singer of the chalice, which is a number 12 card. You will find life much more delightful if you do. You himself clearly does, to judge from his face. That is true. Look at his face. He's content. He's happy. He's just chilling. And of course, 4 and 3 equals to 7. So there's a necessary need to sit back and just kind of observe things, reflect on everything that's been going on, and you'll find that you'll enjoy life a lot more. So we go to the bodacious Bodak. All right, so it's meddling, tampering with, sabotage, and helping fixing or order. So when the bodacious Bodak comes through, he means to do well by trying to fix things, but sometimes he might meddle in it, he might tamper with it, he might make it worse. And so if there's any energy that's going on between you or your partner in which one of you guys may try to fix a situation, but it comes out the wrong way, it's necessary to it may be necessary to see if you can work out, who it is, whether it's you or another person, you or this other person, and begin to untangle the messy web that has been woven of confusion and disorder and misunderstanding. It will take great firmness to get this person to keep his sticky fingers out of your affairs, or to keep yours out of theirs. The amount of tact you use in sorting this out is up to you, but the Bodak type person doesn't usually notice hints. And Capricorn, if you're anything like me, especially with your Mercury and Capricorn in sixth house, you might not notice it, my friend. I'm sorry, but you might not notice it. And it might take your partner yelling at you. I know something like this has happened to me, but it might take your partner yelling at you before you actually realize it. Don't get mad. Don't explode. Be patient. It's a this process that's happening. It's a long process. Just like it was a long process for you to wake up, right? For you to come into these hidden treasures that you have. It might actually take your partners just as long. But if you're dealing with an air sign, I don't think it'll take that long. Their transformation should be rather quickly. All right, so 41 is I the retriever. Okay. Office of the unclaimed property, hopes and wishes and loyalty. So once again, this card is right here on the other side, and since it adds up to 5, there's changes going on, but there's hopes and there's wishes. These changes are positive, and these changes are positive in the eyes of your partner. But with Eye of the Retriever, Ive is trying to remind you of something you've lost, a hope, perhaps or a dream. You may have thought it gone before, and but he keeps holding on to it for you for reconsideration. He thinks you can do something with it now. So Ive is basically coming back and letting you know to let your partner know that hey, things could still be done. You still have the chance to accomplish it. Oh, that's a very, very powerful message. All right. Now let's draw the rest of the cards for your advice, Capricorn. Sorry, Capricorn, I put it to 50 minutes or more. Oh, so the Bodacious Bodak flying in your direction when I'm shuffling these cards. It could be you that's tampering with the relationship, Capricorn. Things you say, things you do. Maybe you might not see, the effect that you might be having, but there's definitely something that you might be doing that could be causing this. But regardless, I see good things coming for you, Capricorn. Um, the advice being to take things slow. If you're trying to fix things, make sure you're trying to fix things to fix it, not just to like meddle with it, not just to like put your sticky fingers into it. And of course, the dynamic between you and your partner. Your partner's going through a change, and I'm the retriever. The spirit is, this fairy or spirit has instilled. Has brought this thing that your butterfly person was thinking about, and now your butterfly person is going through that change and that transformation, and you guys are going to be seeing a lot of changes going on in your near future, especially within this month. All right, so yeah, Gyu the slow tells you slow down, reflect for your happiness. It's for your happiness, friends. There's definitely no doubt in my mind now that you're being asked to slow down once more. Yeah, the idea is there is going to be some rocky water going on. Some Okay, the Four of Wands in the reverse, Four of Wands in the upright, it's a lot of stability, right? And even if you turn it down, there's still stability, but not as much. And you know it. I don't know your situation, Capricorn, but I have a feeling that there are some inharmonious energy in your relationships, and it's necessary to talk about it. Oh, look at that. Wow, the Emperor just flipped itself. Now, the advice is become the Emperor. Encompass that Mars energy, right? It's necessary because and this is also dealing with four. So when it comes to your home life, your home environment, it's necessary to invoke this Emperor power, not just for you, but or not just for you and lifting up your spirits and getting you motivated, but also for your butterfly partner, your stingray partner that's right here that's going through this transformation because they're looking for strength from you. And if you don't have that strength to provide to them, that they might just falter. All right, so there's a necessary need to sit back, definitely, with the Hermit coming out. And since they're just repeating themselves now, I'm just gonna draw one more card. This is advice after all. Don't be so defensive. Don't and don't try. Okay. Don't be so defensive if your partner gets defensive, right? Because your partner may be feeling like they're still fighting an uphill battle, to some degree. But their hopes and their dreams are being activated, and right now, they're on guard. They've been. I feel like your partner has been let down so many times that now you stepping in. They're still kind of like apprehensive. They're still to some degree, worrying about the future. What if? But I do believe that now they have hope for the future. Yeah, because the idea is there's a lot of hard work ahead, right? There's a lot of sticks to carry, but I do believe you got the I do believe you got the energy behind it because once you make this decision, you're gonna be stable. You're definitely gonna be stable, Capricorn. So the decision is simple. Are you gonna receive love and give it freely, or are you gonna stay like this, defensive, thinking that everybody's just out to get you, thinking that everything's out to fight you? It's up to you, Capricorn. Now, if you feel this resonated with you, and since this one got nudged right here, it's about strength and vitality. And it's right next to the sun card. How about that? That's cool. Okay, so like I said, Take it slow, think about things, be happy with life and how it's going, release and show your and speak your truth. Allow this truth to help your butterfly person go through this transformation because they're ready for it. They're looking out for these opportunities to grow and advance. So with that, this concludes your reading, Capricorn. Oh, I do want to say one more thing. You have Saturn in your sign, and so with Saturn going through Capricorn, Saturn's at home, and Saturn should be helping you to build things now. It's gonna go slow a little bit until Saturn has the chance to speed up. But with Pluto here, you have Pluto in Capricorn, so you guys are gonna have a lot of energy. You guys should be having a lot of energy, and if you do feel tired, look at the look at the core of what your diet is and find out because that may be keeping you from living to your best potential. So with that being said, I hope you guys resonate with this video. I hope you guys resonate with this message. I hope that this information was helpful to you guys, and I hope that you guys can take this information, apply it to your lives, and hopefully we can see a change in the cards in the next lunar cycle. But for now, take it slow. It'll be time to speed up soon enough. Don't worry about that, Capricorn. So, with that, I would like to bid you farewell. Have a great weekend. Have a great lunar cycle, and I will see you in the middle of the month and at the end of the month with more readings for your sign. Thank you and have a good night.